Hi, I'm Dr. Don Castaldi, and I'm one of the hosts of Flow Logic, the podcast that's going to bring you some curiously powerful wellness. Flow Logic, the podcast, is really going to be taking a compassionate look at mental health, challenges, and stressors within the workplace. And we're also going to take a critical look at problem solving and decision making and how to navigate these situations to ultimately improve and optimize the quality of your life. We're not just going to be looking at self-care from the individual perspective. We're also going to be able to talk about agencies, environments, teams, crews, and culture. Basically, how to create a culture or a context that allows for your wellness and self-care to be of the utmost importance. Think of it as PPE, personal protective equipment for your work life, personal protective equipment for your brain. And I get to do all this with my good friend, Jim Watson. Jim Watson, on the podcast, he'll be known as the construction guy, has worked in the construction field for over 30 years, all the way from going to camps and as a laborer, moving us all the way up to foremans to construction manager positions, and he currently works in the field today.
Just in simple toolbox terms, like when we talk about something like this, is like some supervisors will tune up a guy, that's what they call it, tuning up.
Sure.
In front of a group, and he thinks that he's achieved his goal of like really telling them, who's the boss here and really driving it home. Meanwhile, that individual is now mentally crippled to some extent. You throw him back out there to do a job.
Sure.
Safety's impacted for sure. And heaven forbid there's an accident.
With an irreverent sense of humor, we're going to combine his story and hopefully a little bit of wisdom with my stories. And together we're going to be able to present to you a lot of situations on which sometimes we were successful in, sometimes we were not successful in navigating. Really being able to talk about, though, how we can move forward today based upon our knowledge, even if it is with a little bit of hindsight.
Either gotcha Gary or peekaboo Pat. So gotcha Gary or peekaboo Pat is your classic individual who'll hide behind the column and try to see if someone's doing something wrong. And when they catch them, they jump out and they do gotcha.
One of the things that I'm excited about to do the podcast with Jim is that quickly you're going to realize that this is a gentleman that has an incredible work ethic and has incredible integrity, lots of integrity. And you will know very quickly that as he's having these discussions, whether or not the topic is in favor of him or not favor him, whether it be something he was really successful at or something that he may have not been as successful as he would have liked to have been at, you're going to get a very genuine and authentic guy. And so I'm looking forward to that coming across within the podcast. Ultimately, we want these conversations to add to your conversations within your workplace, within your environments, maybe within EAP, within your family and friends, to be able to ultimately improve that quality of life. And while these conversations are initially between Jim and I and our experiences, ultimately we want to hear from you. We want the viewers to be able to present and bring in stories. We're going to have guests within the field, all in the podcast, all talking about real-time, real-life sort of situations and how to navigate them, focusing on, once again, improving that quality of life piece.
But really, when I think about it, it was like we were in the Stone Age with some of the stuff we were asked to do.
Yeah. It was the Wild West back then,
Yeah.
right? It was, they were a contractor, you were going in those environments. If you were able to get the job done as quickly as possible, it didn't matter how safe it was, but as quickly as possible, then you were going to get called the next day. And for us, we're in our early 20s. What were we thinking? Golden handcuffs, right?
Exactly.
It's like I got some money. I don't have to go to poor boy night at the local pub, right? I can buy a car. I can actually take somebody out. We don't have to meet there because I have to walk there. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. You can actually afford a cab.
Yeah.
Getting back to the safety piece, I'm thinking of old Mac Kettle.
Oh,
and during this time period, and him complaining about safety, he was like, I'm tired of all this safety crap. I don't know. And I'm looking at him, I'm thinking to myself, we need more safety, bro.
Everything that we're going to be doing is going to be hosted and powered by Hard Hat Hunter. Hard Hat Hunter is a online platform. I look at it being very similar to LinkedIn, but geared toward trade persons, construction, direct line staff, teachers, nurses, people who are providing direct care and direct support and are doing the frontline work. That's what that platform is really dedicated to. They have approximately 8 million members. They're all over North America, numerous countries. And they recognize that if we're going to be supporting these fields, we also have to be able to support people in their mental health. And so that's why they are hosting, empowering this particular podcast. Their tagline is join the crew. You can join the crew for free. It doesn't cost anything to be able to join. It's a great way to be able to do networking within your fields, and it's where you can find Flow Logic. So looking forward to seeing you.